Hey guys, welcome back. Bolt Spider here, and I'm with another video today. And today we're going to be doing a tier list video. Now, people have been doing tier lists, and I definitely wanted to do one, but I didn't know what to do one on. And today we're going to be going on my favorite and least favorite maps in Overwatch. And the first map we have is Iothea. It is the 3v3 map for Capture the Flag in arcade modes. So this map is actually very good. I really enjoy playing on the map, and I don't really mind it at all because it's definitely a great balance, and I love the aesthetic to it. Now, there's three different categories that I have per map: how playable it is, how the aesthetic is, and all the cheeky little spots you can get into. And as you can see on my list, we have best map, no doubt. Amazing map, don't mind it. Could care less, A for effort, and don't want to see this map ever again. So, Ayutthaya is right in the middle, almost. So, it's at the don't mind, I wouldn't mind playing on it more and more. So, it's definitely a high up there map. Next, we have Black Forest. Black Forest is one I could care less about because it's another one of those arcade maps. It's cool and all, it gets the Halloween updates and all of that. And also, actually, no, it doesn't get Halloween updates. It gets the Winter Wonderland update, which is cool and all, but it's not really that aesthetically pleasing to me. Sure, it's part of Eichenwald and all that, but overall, I could really care less about it since it just copies what Eichenwald is, but in a misty sunset area. Next, we have Blizzard World. I'm gonna give them A for effort, even though I have so much fun on this map. I don't really care to play on it because it's just a boring map after a while. After you've seen it so much, it just gets boring. It's most of the game is bright and all that fun, but Blizzard World isn't necessarily the best. It's aesthetically pleasing, but playable wise, I don't really like it that much. But I could care less for it. It definitely goes there. Next we have Busan. Busan is a amazing map. Without a doubt, it's an amazing map overall because it's lore. It gave us lore with Diva, but even though that cinematic was not that good, but it was still cool. Busan's very fun to play on because it wraps you to three different places, and I really like maps that go to the extent of that because it's like, oh, we're inside the ship, we're over by the tram station, and we're in the dojo area that we've seen before via, I think it was the Lunar New Year with when Diva released. We had Busan in the background, so we've known about Busan for a while. Even in Lucio Ball, we had Busan, so it's definitely an amazing map. I'll definitely put it up there. Next, we have Castile. Castile is it's like a don't mind, could care less. It's in between. It's great for practicing sniper shots, but again, that's you could do that on every map overall. But I could care less about it because it's just Dorado. It's just that, but during sunset. Next, we have what's this map name? I'm gonna come back to that. Um, I just have to bring up the maps. Okay, so this next map, oh, Chateau Girard. It's an okay map. It's I don't really mind playing on it because it's one of the original maps for Team Deathmatch, and I've played on it so much. It's always different. Even with Halloween, they updated it last year, and it's definitely very enjoyable to play on because so much aesthetic changes throughout the whole year, and I hope that they do more changes to it because it would be a great map to see what it looks like in winter. It would be a great map to see what it looks like in like a summerish area. But it's a generally it's a very good map, and it actually teaches you how to use advantage via low ground, high ground, and creating space. Next, we have Dorado. Dorado, it's a map that I don't really mind it because payload maps are usually don't mind outside of Blizzard World because they're always fun and you can do so many strats on them. Like I've seen so many different strats work on payload maps. It's not even funny. And overall, Dorado is one of the better payload maps because you could see things easier because it's the correct lighting on everything. Now, I know I'm not going in depth with my reasonings, but you guys can imagine some of the reasons why I like these maps. Next, we have Eco Point Antarctica. A for effort. I give it A for effort. It's too much. It's just a little too much of blue and white lights where it actually can hurt your eyes. It's also paired with May, and you all know my track record with May. I hate the character so much, so I'm not going to put it in. I don't want to see this map ever again, but it's going into A for effort. Next is Eichenwald. Eichenwald is one of the best maps, no doubt about. My reason being with Eichenwald, it is because the cinematic was amazing, honor and glory. Then we also have how the playstyle is on the map. It's constantly high ground, then it goes from an even level playing field to high ground advantage to enemy team takes that high ground advantage and then it becomes low ground again. It's one of those dynamic maps where you have so much that can go on, and without a doubt, most of the funniest clips I've ever seen were from Eichenwald because there's so many funny points in the map. But overall, Eichenwald is one of my favorite maps in the game, and the next map is a few ahead. So let's go to Hanamura. 2CP, 2CP. I don't like 2CP. I could care less for it. That's how 2CP is to me. It's like, I could care less for this map, but control points, I like better because so much goes on. Same as escort, payload, and all that. Hanamura is one of those points where point B is too close for the attackers and actually for the defenders to come back, so it just gets stalled out a lot. And then it's the same exact thing with all the other 2CP maps. Because it's like, I guess. But overall, aesthetically pleasing, but it's just how 2CP is. Next, we have Hollywood. What do I put Hollywood under? I like the map, but I could care less. I don't mind it. Because when you look at it, I don't mind it since, it's been in the game since launch, and I played on the map so many times. I even have funny moments from Hollywood. And it's just a lot of fun playing on Hollywood because it's, again, that everyone has the same level of ground, but there's high ground as well. Then it goes into a high ground plane, then it goes into everyone has the same amount of ground. But overall, excuse me, Hollywood is a decent map, and I really wish they would do more like how they do with Halloween for a lot of maps, even Hollywood. I wish they would give a winter theme to them, because that would make it so cool, or even a New Year theme to it, because that would look so amazing for all of that. Also, next map is Don't Want to See It Again, Horizon, and everyone knows why, and I'm going to put Paris there as well, because no one likes these two maps, and I hope they rework the maps. Because these two aren't even in the... Everything else is in the competitive pool except these two. That's how sad it is. So these two are already there, and let's go to the next. Ilios. Ilios is a wonderful map that I actually like. Because it's just... If you play any characters that play a boop, or have a knockback to, it's just a lot of fun. Because I loved playing Pharah on the map for Well and lighthouse. So it's more of a thing like, oh, I get to disrupt the enemy by knocking them off the edge, and hopefully they don't have a character that can get back up like Wrecking Ball and Lucio. Overall, Helios is a great map. It's like one of those maps that it could go either way, no matter how good either team is, depending, unless if your team is Masters and the other team is all top 500, then everything's gonna be fine. Next is Junkertown. A for effort. A for effort, I would say. It's nice and all, but it's just a little too clunky on how things work because it's more of a sign like, oh, we just snake through the whole map. And the enemy will always have high ground advantage because you actually have to force them away. I don't really like when the enemy team always has high ground advantage because no matter what, you can have a spawn camping Widow. No matter what in this map. And then on top of that, you can have so many other random factors happen. But overall, A for effort. Next is King's Row. King's Row is also another one of my best maps, without a doubt. This is the most perfectly balanced map that there is. It is balanced around every single hero. Mostly characters like Zarya, Reinhardt, and dive tanks. Because overall, you can see any type of composition on Eichenwalde and it will work. And this is actually true because I've played almost every single every single composition on Eichenwalde, and that's not even a lie. Overall, King's Row is taking the top with Eichenwalde. Next, we have Lijiang Tower. Lijiang Tower is an amazing map because it shares a lot of the similar traits with Busan, being a control point, and usually control points are up in the higher points of my tier lists because they're a lot of fun to play. Control with Lijiang Tower, you have these. One of my favorite maps being not the control map, but the tower map. Oh god, I have it pulled up for a reason. So with Lijiang Tower, we have three control points, and I think overall the three control points for it, they're perfect how they are. Because no matter what, so much stuff can happen on the map. I think it's Garden Center. Yeah, it's Garden, where no matter what, there's gonna be boops off the map. It's gonna be funny. Next is Necropolis. A for effort. It goes hand in hand with Echo Point, Antarctica, I would say. Then after that, we would have the lovely Nepal. Nepal is one of those maps where it's also amazing, and I don't mind it. It's amazing because boobs, but I don't mind it because it's a map that can go either way. It's an either way type deal. So I think I'm going to rank it as an amazing map because the aspect of it's balanced around almost every hero depending on which control point part map that you're getting. That is depending on Sanctuary, that is Village, or even the other one that I'm blinking on. Overall, Nepal is a good map. It's not amazing. It's not amazing. It's not good. I would say great. Because it's just that factor of balance that just says, oh yeah, anyone can play on this map. Any composition works. And those are the maps I like. Any composition works because I hate being forced on certain compositions. Next, we have Numbani. This definitely goes into the don't mind because it's more of the payload aspect with the control point. Because it's more of, okay, who can win in the time? Who can push as far with overtime? And that's always the case with payload maps, which is 100 that it's so fun. Overall, New Money is a map that I don't mind because the reasons being it's just there. It does enough for the game where dive is prominent on it, but you can also play Ryan Zarya on it. You can also play double shield. Double shield for defender, dive for that, bunker for defend, dive, Ryan Zarya. So much can work on the map. Next, we have Oasis. I could care less for Oasis. Oasis is one of those maps like I guess whoever wins the points pretty much has the point on lockdown, unless if it switches sides because ult advantage. But overall, Oasis is once you have the point, you're there until the team out ults you. And I'm not too fond on that. Next, we have Necropolis. Oh, wait, no. That's not Necropolis. This is Necropolis. What am I talking about? What is this map? I'm not that good with map names, apparently. So this map right here. This next one. Petra. I could care. A for effort. Like, it could go here, but it goes here more because team deathmatch maps aren't that really fun to play on. I would rather play on Castel, to be honest, or Chateau. That's definitely better. Like these two right here, Anthea and Chateau, I would rather play on, but the others I don't really care for. Next we have Paris. No, not Paris. We already did Paris. We have Rialto. Rialto is a good map. It's not an amazing map. It's a good map because payload. I frequently like payload. This map also has the Retribution style, which I love Retribution. I loved all the PvE events except for Storm Rising. I absolutely love anything that includes lore. Rialto, I loved the Blackwatch stuff when I was playing it, and this map definitely hits home with a lot of things I really like with high ground, low ground advantage throughout the map. And overall, that's the best part of the game. If there's a map that has high ground, low ground, lore, aesthetically pleasing, and everything is playable, it gets my thumbs up. I think I'm going to put it in an amazing map now after going over it. Because, like, there's so much that you can do on Rialto, and if we can get into the PvE area, that's even more of the map, which is amazing. Next is Route 66. I could care less for it. It's an overplayed map, I could tell you that. It's the same thing with some of the 2CPs where it's overplayed, but again, not really overplayed. Route 66 sure has lore to it, but it's more of a map like enemy always has high ground. No matter what, they always have high ground until you force them off and win. But overall, Rialto is not that fun of a payload map because sometimes you just get stuck at the first bridge right before gas station. You just get stuck there because people don't know how to play the game. Then we have the three last maps. I'm going to keep these two to the last, but let's talk about Watchpoint. Watchpoint to me is I don't mind it because it's more of a dive centric map, and you guys know me. I don't really play dive all that much. Dive is more of a composition that I don't really like communicating all that much because the reasons of I'd rather just stay silent and not do callouts like a lot of people do. That's why I was more of a support player back when Ghost was the thing and before roll queue because hey, I enjoy my sanity and not calling out everything. So that's why I put Watchpoint there. Overall, Watchpoint, I'm a fan of, but it's more for the support side of me overall. Now, the last two maps, we have Anubis and Volskaya. I don't like 2CP. I really don't like these 2CP maps because it's not 2CP, not 4CP. It can be 6 to 8CP. So, overall, that's my tier list. So, if you guys did enjoy, hit that like button down below. And if you want to see more, please subscribe for future content. And ask in the comments if you have any questions of why some choices over more than others, and why Hanamura is up at Cord Careless and these four are down here. But anyways, I've been Volt Spider. See you guys in the next video. And also, I'm going to be streaming today on my main account for placements. And see you guys there.